killing a teenager. That's what he's famous for.
Right. And then so he put it up on he put it up on some auction website. I think it was called I don't have
Doesn't
it. It was
matter.
up, but he put the gun up. Now the gun is only worth like $350 or something of that nature.
Right.
He put it up on this website. The gun sells, okay, for one it sells. I can't believe someone would buy it. But then the gun sells for $138,000.
Of course it did, yeah.
Now, in my right mind, who would buy a gun that was used to kill an unarmed teenager for $138,000? Like, is it really that important?
An unarmed black teenager. That's the key word.
Yeah, and I'm like, but is it really that important to buy? As they call it, they buying a quote unquote piece of history.
A Nazi would, yeah, or a skinhead or whatever.
I mean, but it's crazy. And then, he's saying that, he's using the proceeds, he's doing it because, he's trying to fight the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's trying to fight the whole, Hillary Clinton's, campaign, for whatever, she may be doing at the time. And I'm like, I'm just like, what? Like, I'm surprised this man is still alive, honestly.
Well, he's gotten so many different things, and he's done so many different horrible things since he's been out of this whole Trayvon Martin thing and was acquitted or whatever happened. He's done so much horrible stuff to just show his true character and what a horrible person he is. And I'm surprised he hasn't been murdered or something either, because there's so many people who really can't stand him. He really is an icon of hatred in this country, in my opinion. And I would be very happy to see that him just be wiped off the face of the earth. And anyone who would do that, and anyone who would do what he's done and said what he said and say that Trayvon Martin got what he deserved ever since this all happened is a despicable, disgusting human being, and everyone knows that. Yet people like him exist in the world, and people like him would buy a gun that murdered a now famous black teenager because it was a non-black person murdering a black person because they don't like black people. That's what I think.
He's part minority too, which is so stupid to me. I'm like, dude, you're part Peruvian.
But that's considered to be. You have to understand how racists think. You've got black people, and then you've got everybody else. Like, you've got black people, Asians, and you have Hispanics, basically. And he's part Hispanic and part white, isn't that right?
Right.
Right. And it doesn't matter the fact that he is part Hispanic to them. All that matters is that he took out a black guy that they can't stand. They can't stand black people because they're all horrible and disgusting and lazy. What they fucking think. So it doesn't fucking matter that he is part Hispanic. He's one of the good ones because he killed a black guy. That's what they think. That's what they think.
I'm just like, when I read this, like, honestly, when I read this story a few days ago, like, I was almost in tears, like, seriously. Because I was horrible. Like, who in their right mind will buy a gun for $138,000? Like, does it really mean that much to you?
Yes, it did.
To go out and buy this gun for $138,000.
Apparently. And Whoopi Goldberg said on The View that someone may have purchased it just to get it off of the market and not because they really wanted it and then to melt it down or something. And I think that's a pretty optimistic view, but I don't think it's realistic. I think obviously whoever bought it obviously was very proud of what happened. So whatever. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
But the world's full of racists, you know that. Also, let's talk about... I want to tell you, do either one of you work out, or do you just not eat, or whatever? What do y'all do?
I lightly work out.
Okay. So you won't call it working out, but you'll call it... You move around a little bit. Okay.
Yes, I move around quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I work out. I wouldn't say moderately, but it's more than lightly. I'm kind of in between light and moderate stage. But I do try to eat healthy most of the time. Well, except for today, I kind of cheated, but that's besides the fact.
Well, what I discovered is, and I the past few years, and especially, but and I, as of today, got my 20-pound weight badge. I've lost 20 pounds as of today since March, and I'm thank you. And I have been all I've done. I haven't worked out one bit, not once. Now, the way I was doing it before was I was working out. Now I'm just paying attention to my diet, and that's it. And taking in a certain number of calories a day, nothing more, and that's all I'm doing. I eat whatever I want, but just taking a number of calories a day.
Well, Well, any fitness trainer will tell you that it all starts with diet. Exercise helps too, but they was like, if you just change your diet alone, it makes a huge difference.
I know this already. Trust, I know I had a personal trainer come to my house years ago. I know all this bullshit. But the thing is that I knew that then. The thing is, I always tried to do, the problem was basically that I was taking in too many calories. I thought I could cut it down to this amount, and actually I needed to cut it down to something else after I went to my doctor. So, and it's worked wonderfully. Anyway, beyond that, the reason I mentioned all this is because when I did work out, I did like it, and it felt good afterwards. I hated doing it, but it felt wonderful afterwards. And you kind of would get a high and dopamine and everything else. But one thing I never got when I was doing crunches or working out was an orgasm. And apparently... there are men who often have orgasms while they're working out at the gym just from doing sit-ups and abdominal exercises. And apparently it has something to do with neurological, how you're connected as a man and whatever. And you can just have a orgasm just by doing crunches. So do you think this will make more people work out now?
Men are always grunting and stuff at the gym.
I know at the gym, the guys are like,
and it's so uncomfortable when I hear it. I'm like, oh my God.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It is.
I mean, I understand
so loud with it.
Exactly. But it's hilarious to me when I see it. But anyway. But no, does that make you want to work out more now?
No.
No, because when I'm on the treadmill and instead of the grunting sound, all I hear is myself on the treadmill hitting the treadmill so hard it sounds like the tectonic plates of the planet Earth are moving. It's like boom, 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 and then I'm trying like not to be a loud breather. Like, so those two combined are so loud in my own ear that I'm not worried about anybody else.
I gotcha. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. Also, colleges may soon offer LGBT-only housing as an option. Do you think that's a good idea? Did either one of you go to college? Both of you went to college, right? Or not?
I went to college, but I didn't do the whole dorm thing.
So you guys lived off campus. Go ahead.
A part of me is like, oh my God, that'd be so much fun, right? That'd be so much fun. But then another part of me is like, that sounds seedy.
To me, let me just say, because I started a gay fraternity at SMU when I was there, and I got lots of publicity about it and everything, and people hated the fact that we were starting this gay fraternity. But people, all they thought was, oh, it's going to be a big old orgy, and that's what it's going to be like, whatever. And then we had some people who slept together or whatever, but it wasn't like an orgy or anything. We had a couple of guys who were interested in each other and they slept together, but whatever. But to me, what it's more about to me is, it's a horrible idea because I know from that experience that when you get a bunch of gay men together in a group like that, like a fraternity or a dorm or whatever in one place, to me, it's just a bunch of fucking drama. I'm sorry. It's just a bunch of fucking drama. I do not have a positive experience with this stuff. Also, a gay dorm, it kind of takes away to me from the college experience because I think that if you are gay, right. I think it's important that you do have to combat homophobia and those types of things you have to run into and navigate society like everyone else does, as opposed to just being insulated by other gay people.
Right. Like when I first heard about this story, when I initially heard it, my reaction was the same. I was like, oh my God, that'd be great. But then when I thought about it, I was like, no, that's not going to be so great after all, because like you say, they do have to be able to go out and navigate their way in life, being a gay man or a lesbian or whatever the case may be. But another thing that, because I went to college and I did the whole dorm experience and all that type of stuff too. But another thing, in this day and age, you do have people that will purposely try to target that particular dorm just because there's gays and lesbians living there. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. So I don't think that's a good idea because, you still have a lot of people in this world who do not like gay men, do not like lesbians. And they will go out of their way to try to make sure they try to burn the dorm down with them all in there or something.
I don't even think that it's a good idea in general, because if you have all these gay people, you don't have black dorms, you don't have Hispanic dorms. You know what I mean? Right. Why is it that you need a gay dorm? I think that if the fraternity is one thing, because that's what fraternities are about, exclusionary stuff, whatever, and being exclusive about one thing. But where you live on campus in terms of a dormitory, you have men's dorms, women's dorms, or co-ed dorms. That's SMU anyway. That's why they did it. So fine, that's one thing. That's sexual gender, whatever. But what does it have to do with race or sexual orientation? What the fuck difference does that make? To me, it's stupid. I don't think it's.
It doesn't. I wouldn't do it. I mean, honestly, that's just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
And I would not have been able to have tortured my heterosexually a right-wing conservative my freshman roommate otherwise if I'd had to not share a dorm with one. So good for that.
Was he like the male Ann Coulter?
No, he was from California, from a very conservative, like Orange County, very wealthy family in Orange County, and he he did not know.
A Republican from California?
Yeah, he was gay. He was my first semester, my freshman year.
And he was gay?
Yes. No, not gay. No, I was gay. No, he wasn't gay. No.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm just saying that, but he was like a total, whatever, opposite of me. And he didn't know I was gay until I don't know how, because he's completely stupid, but he didn't know I was gay and you couldn't change dorms until 2 weeks after you had gotten there. And so after 2 weeks, I told him I was gay. If you want to leave, leave. And he left, and he was like completely shocked and like, oh my God, you saw me naked, that kind of shit. And so I'm like, I'm like, whatever, dude. But I think so. I would never would have been able to have that experience, and he wouldn't have been able to have that experience. And I don't know how it's affected him in the future. Maybe he became more understanding about gay people or not because he had a gay roommate.
Became a big old bottom.
What? No, he didn't. I know what he's doing now, but I'm just anyway. My point is that I think it's important for people as humans to have connections and to meet people who are different than them. And if you have a gay dorm, I think you just lose out on that. I think it's not a good idea. Last thing I want to talk about is the housewives. The housewives of New Jersey are coming back.
Yes, the housewives of Jersey are coming back. Teresa's back. The trailer came out today. I know Jason probably not. Donovan, have you read Teresa's new book?
Hell no.
You haven't? I feel like that's right up your alley.
No. You mean about her being in prison and all that?
Yeah.
No. Oh, sorry.
I'm reading it right now. Well, I'm not reading it. I'm listening to the Audible.
Oh Lord.
The live taping of her, the taping of her reading it, which she reads like a second grader. First off,
she thinks like one too. But anyway,
I'm not surprised.
But I'm very intrigued in the book. Just because I've told you guys my opinion. I really wanted her to go to jail and come back and just kind of like be in touch with reality.
Yes.
But I'm in like the 4th or 5th chapter, and the bitch is still deluded.
Did you see her on Watch What Happens Live when she said she's voting for Trump? Come on. Obviously, the woman hasn't learned shit. She's an idiot. Come on. So whatever. But so she isn't. Didn't I read that Jacqueline's coming back too?
Yes, she was in the trailer.
Oh wow! Because she left.
I don't know if she's like an actual housewife or not. I don't know if she has
But you know
what is it? What is it in Jersey? Like a chili pepper strand or
chili pepper?
What do they hold? I can't remember.
I don't know. It's like grass or something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what.
Or peach. I don't remember.
It's not a peach. That's Atlanta.
I know that's Atlanta. I just what I'm saying.
But
it's probably like a nuclear waste site. But anyway, go on.
That cast is getting boring to me, though. Like,
I mean, Teresa's back.
But here's the thing: I like New Jersey Housewives, but they've had the same people on there for so long. It's like, for me, when I start seeing the same people on the show for a long period of time, I begin to lose interest.
That franchise is a little different than the rest because those are all related people. They're all related somehow. By family.
Right, but I mean, I understand that, but it's like bring some new blood just to kind of mix in old blood with new blood. And
did you see any new cast members in the preview? Any new cast members?
Not that I immediately stuck out. Yeah,
but it would just be nice if they just had brought in maybe like 1 or 2 new women just to kind of mix with the old group, just to kind of have a little bit more genuine conflict, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I understand.
Right. That was just my only thing. I mean, I'll still watch, but it's just, I was like, I like a little bit of a mix up.
I gotcha. I agree with you. That's cool.
What about Dallas Housewives? Is Dallas Housewives over yet?
No, it's not over yet. It's still happening. Oh, by the way, I sent Leanne Locken an email, and because the poor thing's house is just hideous. And she lives with her boyfriend, I think. And I said, her boyfriend's a cop and he's straight and he has a horrible taste. And I sent her an email and I said, if you need help with your house, let me know because you obviously need it or something like that. And I never heard back from her, of course. But anyway, but no, it's okay. It's entertaining to me now. It's much more entertaining than it was in the beginning for sure. And people have much more real storylines now. And I like Carrie Dauber, even though she's kind of the outcast because she apparently everybody's saying she slept with her husband when he was married to get them divorced and to get married and shit, which I don't believe, by the way.
Yeah, but how many people have done that and just don't talk about it?
Well, the socialite on the show, I can't remember her name, but she used to be on Big Rich Texas as a supporting character or whatever, and I can't remember her name.
Are you talking about Heidi?
Yes, Heidi. Thank you. Was saying that. That's how half the women in Dallas got their men anyway. It was
right.
Yeah. And so she was just saying it like it was and how it was true, but she was saying it also about Carrie Dauber, whatever. And I thought that was kind of harsh because she just met her and it was kind of rude. But the thing is, she's friends with Carrie's husband's ex-wife, and so that's why